we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am sitting in the front driveway on a 5-gallon bucket, and I got a video to share with you guys. As you know, we got a Lewisii hybrid iguana named Blue a couple months back, and right away, first video, we kind of knew something was off, but thought it may be something that would settle down with a little bit of time, but it really hasn't. Blue has some sort of neurological issue or MBD, or I don't know. We can guess. I've spoken extensively with the family that gifted us Blue, and it's not really how they felt. They knew that they wanted him to have a larger enclosure than what they had him in, and that's probably the only thing that they felt like was wrong. They said that he liked to eat out of your hands, but in our experience, he will only eat out of your hands. And given the circumstances with my broken leg, and I don't know, we really haven't shared more about the ankle, but the ankle is the more severe problem. I think I have 3 of the 4 tendons in my ankle are torn, and surgery is suggested, strongly suggested. We're waiting for an estimate on that, but the recovery time is going to be long. So poor Kagan, you can probably hear her in the background. She's doing waters for the animals in the driveway. You can probably see her multiple pairs of shoes that have been getting wet. It's been raining every day. You know, we're in the rainy season in Florida, and she's been working in the rain to try and get things finished up that, you know, I would work outside all day on stuff, and she would work outside all day on stuff, and with me stuck to the couch, she's been having to do everything. And that's how we came to a discussion over Blue. So the whole enchilada on Blue is, you know, he is a handsome Lewisii hybrid. You know, he's doing his little bobs. His head is very, very blue-green. He's very pretty. You could see at some point we actually had Blue thinner. Kagan has done a very good job of forcing food on him, and unfortunately, when I say that, like, that is exactly what it is he opens his mouth in a defensive posture when you bring food too close to him, and Kagan can throw a pinky mouse, a little quail chick, a piece of banana, bloop, into his mouth, and every once in a while he'll spit it out, but for the most part kind of smacks his lips a little bit, and he'll then swallow it down. So it's like once the food's in his mouth, it registers, and he's like, oh, this is food, I need this, I like this. But you could set a food in a tray in front of him, he won't touch it. And we've really have kept up the practice of constantly keeping food in there as an option for him to try and get him to feed, and it has yielded the same result. Like, we've been wasting a lot of food trying to get this poor handsome guy to eat. And so we messaged Rupert and his family today about how they felt about us rehoming him. It's not something that you guys see or hear me ever talk about doing. I don't like to say that I'm one to give up on an animal, or an animal that needs special care or something like that, because once I commit to taking care of something, that is my responsibility to take care of it. But all that being said, poor Kagan has been stuck doing everything, and this is one more thing that's on her already too long list of things to do every day.
Well, it's not just that. I think with his small enclosure before, perhaps his previous family didn't understand what was going on with Blue. And when he came down to Florida, and when we put him in that big enclosure, his condition became apparent.
More
obvious. And it's just that a special needs animal needs special attention.
Individual care.
Yes.
And so this is where you guys come in. Tomorrow we have our friend Kevin Gilbert coming over. We have Tom Holt coming over to the house. So we'll also talk to them about if at their places, their circle of friends, if anyone has the time and energy to spend on this animal, or if you guys know anyone, or if you are that individual that would love to have this Lewisii hybrid, but has the enclosure, that has the time and the patience to give him the care he needs, we would be more than willing to try and get this animal to you. My mom has offered to step in temporarily if that will take a load off, and so that option's on the table for us. Maybe my Blue will go to my mom's house temporarily for hand feedings daily. My mom, she shows her love with food, so not a bad place to be. But she is already committed to a baby rhino iguana. That is a future video, and has been waiting for the time. I think we got family in town right now until after that comes, or that time passes, to go get this other animal. So she's already spoken for, but she could temporarily care for Blue. And you see, like, as soon as I bring the camera to him, he'll start head bobbing. He does not want us in his space. We actually had to move just a cut water tray for his hide to give him way less of a hide and something that we could reach in and easily get him to feed him. So in the other enclosure, Kagan had to keep unscrewing the hide box to get him out to feed him. And so at a certain point, we started leaving it unscrewed, and then he would move the lid and then have it half falling on him. It just became a thing. So we moved him thinking that maybe the security of the closer walls in the 4x4x6, he is an okay size animal for an enclosure this size. In fact, I recommend an enclosure this size for whoever has him, because he's going to want the security of something a little smaller.
He cannot climb.
He cannot climb, yeah.
The floor space is what he is able to traverse. He was able to get up on top of his hide box before that was maybe this high, but it was with a lot of what looked like pained effort.
Yeah. We did see him get on his hide box maybe once or twice in that long period of time.
Yeah, the whole time he was outside, he only got up there maybe twice.
I mean, he still is going to need, his sun for basking, for digestion and stuff. Like, you need, the proper bulbs if you're keeping him indoors. We do see him sunning himself. Aww. We do love Blue. We were super happy to get him here on the property. It's just a lot. And, I think moving forward, we're going to try and consolidate things a little bit. I've mentioned this before, clean up, if we have too many females of a certain type or males or whatever, and try and narrow down the collection a little bit. It may make the next couple months a little bit easier, but this is our first baby step in that direction. Also, if anybody knows someone looking for one of those come and guy babies, that would also take a load off of Kagan by selling a couple more of those babies. So they are listed on MorphMarket if anyone knows somebody looking for a nice pet monitor. Their heads are getting more and more yellow every day. They really, really are pretty. That's we'll figure out shipping between the two of us and get him to where he needs to be. And he really is a lovely animal. He just needs that individual care. Aww. That's all I can keep saying is aw. I feel horrible. I feel horrible. As I was filming Blue and I had the camera on me, he started walking towards the hide box, and I turned the camera real quick, and as soon as I did, he froze and went back to posturing. But we're about to have our massive daily rainstorm, afternoon rainstorm, and so I'm gonna have to hobble back in the house shortly. I think today is Tuesday, just a couple days from the 4th of July. So Kagan and I want to both wish everyone a happy 4th, and a safe one. Hang out with your friends, enjoy your friends, enjoy your family. Make the most of every day, because life is short. You never know what's coming around the corner. And don't break a leg. Please don't break a leg. Please help us find a house for Blue, a good, loving home. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We'll see you guys soon.